Today we are visiting Raw restaurant and meeting Irena once again. Hello Irena. Good afternoon. Many of you already know Irena. Irena, please tell a little bit about yourself to those who do not know you yet. Hello dear friends. My name is Irena Žentalyte. You can find me on Facebook by searching Irena Žentalyte. This is the easiest way to contact me. As for a little bit about myself, well, it is not easy to talk about yourself. I changed my eating habits and switched to a raw food diet in 2004. I had some serious reasons for doing so, which I will not talk about right now. But to tell you who I am, I would say that I am a child of God, a woman, a human being. Because I've gained a lot of experience and I see people searching with the need to live a healthier lifestyle, I am sharing my experiences. Thus, if you were to call me a lecturer, you wouldn't be wrong. If you called me a raw foodist, you would also be right. But I view this just as a label, a sticker. In general, I'm further deepening my knowledge of dietetics. I read a lot, I analyze a lot, I collect material and share that material with others. Since people started gathering around me, I have a group who I mentor, where we analyze what a healthy lifestyle really is, how to eat healthier and live better. Besides nutrition, I am also interested in spiritual self-development. I studied at Išmokykla, the first school of spiritual self-development in Lithuania. I also furthered the knowledge gained there at the Learn Institute. And right now, as suggested by the surrounding environment, I would say that I am actively engaged in activities related not only to raw foodism, but to holistic lifestyle as well. If we search your name online, we will find a number of articles about you, interviews with you and video material of you. And people can get the impression that you are a teacher. That's a whole other question whether you think of yourself that way. But I want to ask you, who are your teachers? You must have someone you draw upon. Besides drawing upon the environment, some books, who are your teachers? You know, I actually have a lot of teachers. Thus, I no longer have a single person teaching me. I simply do not have the need for that. Because living the way I do and experiencing what I experience, meeting people who I meet, I realize that I myself am the best teacher. If only I manage to listen attentively to the voice of my heart, I can find all the answers. But I can distinguish one person who impresses me, who I would follow to the end of the world. That is Irena. He is a healer from California with over 40 years of experience. You can find his story online. But this is a person who I follow, who I learn from, whose experience I use in practice, and this gives me the best results. We will find out more about him during our future meetings and from articles which Irena will write for us. And now, Irena, please tell us, what does raw foodism mean to you every day? We hear people talk a lot about it. A way of life, healthy diet, panacea for all diseases. And when it comes to you personally, what does raw foodism mean in your daily life? For me, raw foodism means simply a daily diet. A diet which I have consciously chosen to follow. Why have I chosen it? For one simple reason. In 2003, when I lived in the US, I was raising 2 teenage daughters, working a lot and was under a lot of stress. I started experiencing health problems. I did not have any health insurance and I started to look for another solution. Karen Calabres, who we Lithuanians already know because she visited Lithuania several times, was the one who showed me the path to a healthier me. Her activities, books, seminars helped me find what I was looking for. And when my problems disappeared, I started independently deepening my knowledge of the subject without giving it a second thought. And now I can't even imagine that I could eat differently, because I simply no longer have a need for that. And once I started feeling good, I simply continued doing everything that I did yesterday, a day before yesterday, or a year ago. Irena, you will probably be able to tell us more. But some people think that raw foodism is a remedy for everything. What is your opinion? Can a path to a healthy life go through nutrition only? Or is something additional necessary to achieve such a way of life? Bogdanas, you are absolutely right. Nutrition alone is nothing, and raw foodism is no panacea either, and I have to disappoint those who think otherwise. Why do I say so? Based on my experience. I meet people who are looking for a solution, who are unwell. But after talking to them, I often realize that they do not want to change. Some people think that they will eat some salad, drink a glass of juice, and will instantly get better. Yes, they will feel better for some period of time. But in reality, our health is not only about what we eat. It includes a totality of things. Our emotions, our thoughts, our way of life, our way of seeing and understanding things, our relationships. Combining all this with, say, healthier nutrition, unprocessed food, raw foodism, we would achieve a healthier lifestyle as an overall result. Yes, we will talk about that a lot in our future meetings. Nutrition is diverse. You have mentioned in several interviews of yours that eating meat may be good for some people and raw foodism may be absolutely unfit for others. It all depends on many things. We will be able to discuss that in other articles. And now let's talk a little bit about a new thing on our website rawjus.lt. Today we are starting a new rubric called Simply with Irena Žentalyte. And these will be articles where Irena will share information which she has collected, share her insights, and today we are publishing a new article called Pebbles Along the Path of a Raw Foodist. Irena, can you tell us a few words on what this article is about? The title of the article itself reflects the idea thereof. For me, a pebble on the path is an obstacle, and raw foodists have many of them. For example, failing to drink enough water or deciding to change their eating habits overnight, forgetting that raw, unprocessed food has a huge impact on our bodies. This is when detoxification starts and a person may feel sick from it and become scared. There are many more other pebbles on our path, and this is what the article is about. Thank you. The article is really interesting. You can find the link to the article in the description of this video. Irena, now you spend a lot of time in the UK. We were lucky enough to catch you in Lavania. But how can people from Lavania contact you online and ask you questions? First of all, as I mentioned in the beginning, you can find me on facebook.com, Irena Žentalyte. Then there is my TV show, Green Taste, broadcasted on the GNTV network. You can find this website and ask questions there. Also, I can be reached by private messages. And finally, there is Raw by Season, seasonsofwellbeing.com. There I mainly focus on health-related issues in terms of both nutrition and ailment. The internet is full of information, and there is a lot of inaccurate, distorted information filtered through human emotions and egos. I have to be honest, when I read such information, my hair stands on end. Since I have experience, I first of all try to view things that I read from the perspective of common logic and practice, and I distinguish what sounds right. Thus, it is not enough to be able to make a delicious soup of sunflower sprouts, but it is also important to distinguish correct information, which I am really good at. Irena, you have people with certain medical conditions or serious ailments addressing you. What do you do in such cases? Do you give them a sequence of actions to follow? Or do you direct them to some sources of information, to some specialists, or what do you do? Yes, Bogdanas, this is a serious matter. We are talking about a person's health and sometimes even their life. Thus, since I am not a medical professional, I do not have a medical education, only a practice, I'm very careful with a person's health and consequences. Thus, first of all, I try to uncover what their emotional, physical and mental state is. And only then do I make a decision on how can I help them. A lot of people are not prepared for hearing what I have to say, because any ailments can first of all be remedied by changing one's lifestyle holistically. If we have been doing one and the same thing year after year, and now we expect a different outcome, we are very wrong. This is truly a sin against one's own self. Thus, in order to get different results, we must first of all start thinking and acting differently. And this is very hard to do. As they say, destroying is very easy. But if a person has a reason, if he believes, if he is open to new things, then I carefully suggest. I suggest information, material, share my experiences, and then it is the duty and responsibility of the person to choose what he or she can use. I have the impression that many people run to the doctor or some other specialist, real or fake, firmly believing that only they can help, and thus placing all responsibility on the person whom they refer to. Usually people, of course not all, but many of them, are prepared to do everything that another person will tell them to do, while at the same time placing the responsibility on that person. You have probably encountered similar situations. What do you do in such cases? How do you tell a person that it all depends on them? I tell them that without any scruples. I first of all tell them that I will be straightforward, that there may be some things that they might not like, but a person is able to choose, and responsibility is something that we all have to learn to assume. We can continue talking with Irena for a long time, but I want to ask her one more thing in this video. Irena, can you please briefly tell us what can we expect from our joint series of articles? What will we talk about in our articles in the nearest future? I will first of all be clearing some of the fog in the vastness of information. This is a huge job, but I feel strong and confident because the feedback from every meeting with people, each hosted webinar or lecture, clearly shows me that I see the specific goal and am on the right path. People are capable of helping themselves a lot if they are not wandering lost. If they know the ABCs, they can cope very well. Then it will all depend on their needs. Most probably we will go deeper into the subtleties of raw foodism, into the very essence of it. Because in my opinion, a healthy hand must have all 5 fingers, and as I mentioned before, nutrition alone is nothing. It is a combination of our thoughts, our feelings, our spiritual mindset. There is no doubt I will be writing about that as well. Just like our show Rawjus Live, we will cover not just nutrition. We will talk further with Irena and hopefully even prepare some food together with Irena. I think this would be a great idea. My pleasure. Irena has experience in this field because she has worked, well, worked is just a word, she has contributed to the establishment of one well-known raw food restaurant. She can tell us more about that in the future. But for now, I want to thank Irena for her time, for her wish to work with us, to share her information through our website with our viewers. And see you next time. I am very grateful to you and Migle, who is standing behind the camera, for the opportunity to talk on relevant issues, which can help us all. Thank you.